Merry Christmas, everyone, and I hope you guys are getting ready for wonderful New Year's coming up in the next day or so with lots of parties going on. I wanted to log on and do a really quick video for you again. What I want to talk about today is the Veggie Burger by Epicure. So this is kind of one of the all-in-one meal packages. So years ago, we were kind of known as the Spice Ladies, but now they have branched off, and I don't know when. I probably should, but I don't. They branched off into kind of the one pot meal. So I just wanted to show you some of these products. This is a product that I really like. The other product, which is actually one of my favorites, is the falafel. But the reason I wanted to show you a video is the first time I made this, I actually put it in my salad bowls. I made nourish bowls with it, and it was awesome lunch. It was really, really good. I think I did a bit of a video on that quite a while ago. And according to the directions, this package does make 4 very, very large burgers. Now, when I make it, I actually use like a cookie scoop. It's bigger than a cookie scoop, really. And I kind of do mini burgers for my salads. But when you make this, usually you add the quinoa and the zucchini, and then you let it sit. Today, and the reason I want to do a video is I want to share a recipe that's in the Epicure book, and it's using salmon. Now, budget conscious Kyla is going to use canned salmon because nutritionally there's actually no difference. In fact, the canned salmon has the bones in there, so you're actually going to get higher calcium from it than you would if you just used fresh salmon, and of course it's much, much cheaper. So this can sometimes goes on sale, if I'm lucky, for $2. So that's a whole lot of omega-3 for $2. So the reason why you need to eat salmon obviously is for the omega-3. If you're this is a vegetarian mix, so I'm obviously this is going to be for my lacto-ovo-pecto group that's watching today. But if you're not able to eat fish, then you do need to make sure that you're getting other sources of omega-3. Flaxseed being ground, it has to be ground, would be probably one of the easiest options. There's a little bit in chia seeds if you add that to your shakes. And then some of the nuts also have omega-3, but quite small amounts. So if you're not eating salmon regularly, this is a great way to get salmon into your diet for a really reasonable cost, and just so easy. It's already cooked. So, and again, it boosts the calcium because it's in the can. So I'm gonna mix these two together, and this recipe, I'm not gonna take credit for it. It's actually in the cookbook that we have, and this is available through my website or through me. It has quite a few recipes, but it also talks about healthy eating and stuff like that. Now, because I'm a dietitian, I'm not going to touch too much on it. I think it's actually great, but that's not actually why I joined Epicure. I didn't want to kind of do the whole diet thing. That's what I do for a living. But I love cooking, and I love making new creations in the kitchen and that kind of thing. So some of the recipes in here are absolutely fantastic. They have a really good meatloaf and a few other things. So that's what I wanted to show with you today. We're going to do the superfood salmon burger, and now you can serve this on a bun or not. I'm actually not going to serve it with a bun because my kids love French fries, and I'm going to actually do some baked French fries in my Acti Fry, and I also add like a 3 onion to that, or I add what's the other one? The urban garlic mix to that when I'm cooking it. So I'm going to do that for them without the bun. But if you do it with the bun, it does say to serve it on kale or spinach, just to give that boost of iron and also the boost of fiber and some of the other great things that those foods have in it. But today I'm just actually in my house. I'm just going to make up the veggie burger with the salmon. I'm just going to pan fry it. And again, if you're really conscious of calories, you could actually put it on a silicone mat. And put it in the oven as well. I'm sure it'd be fine. I'd probably do 350 so it doesn't dry out. And I'm guessing probably about 15-20 minutes would be fine. But I'm gonna pan fry it because I think it's gonna taste better for my kids. I think they're gonna more likely eat it. And I'm also gonna serve it with coleslaw today. So coleslaw, this is actually, we eat a lot of coleslaw because coleslaw's got the vitamin K in it. It's one of the few foods that actually has vitamin K in it. But it's also super fast. Like it comes already made. Now, I'm super lazy and I just buy the bag. And if you buy the big bag, it's like a super great deal. It's $5 and you get like 3 meals out of it. But we eat a lot of coleslaw in our house just because it's very nutritious. It's crunchy. My kids love it. And it's, again, a great deal in terms of bang for your buck. So I'm going to show you the coleslaw dressing mix as well today. So that's what I'm going to show you is those two things. So what I did is I took the veggie burger mix and I just dumped it in a bowl here. And you're going to add about 10 ounces of salmon. So this is just slightly off, but I'm not going to worry too much. And you're just going to take that and you're going to, actually you're going to do that last, sorry. You're going to add some of the lemon juice. So you want about 4 tablespoons of the lemon juice. And if you haven't seen the lemon press, it's awesome. It chops the seeds. It is solid as heck. and it just works so beautifully. So you're gonna add about 4 tablespoons of juice. As you're getting to know me, I don't measure much of anything. I just eyeball everything. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but let's give it a go. So that's the lemon juice. You're gonna add a 1/2 cup of really hot water. And I'm just gonna actually set that kettle again. I should have done that before I signed on to the video here. And 1 cup of cooked quinoa. So I actually made this before. Now, if you haven't made quinoa, you can get it at the bulk barn. Costco has it now as well. And it's not actually a grain, it's a seed. And so because it's a seed, it's really high in protein, and that's why a lot of people consider it a superfood. It is a 2-to-1 ratio, so it's very similar to rice. You're gonna do 2 cups of water to 1 cup of grain. Now I did about 3/4 of a cup of quinoa because I needed 1 cup cooked, and I'm gonna have too much here. So I'm gonna add 1 cup of the cooked quinoa to this recipe, and then I'll just serve the other, what's left over to my kids for lunch. My kids love quinoa, and it also makes a salad, really nice salad. If you just wanna kinda do like a Greek salad and then mix this in, you can use your leftover quinoa that way. So again, 1 cup of cooked quinoa, 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. And you don't need to use fresh lemon juice. I just had it, and I love my lemon press, so it just gives me another excuse to use my lemon press. So I got a 1/2 cup of hot water here. And I'm just gonna give that a stir. Now, like a lot of the gluten-free products, it is best to let these products sit. So this product recommends that it sits for about 5 minutes. I'm actually going to give it a little bit longer than that, and that just gives it time for the grain that they're using to kind of self-rise. Now, the grain that's in these burgers is the chickpea flour, and I believe there's also black bean in it as well, if I'm correct, if I remember correctly. Yeah, black beans and chickpeas. So that's where you're going to get your protein substitute from. The reason I also love Epicure is, especially for my vegetarians, is they have a lot of the B12 supplements. So if you're truly vegan, you're really going to struggle getting your B12, and for the most part, you need to. B12 comes from animal sources, so you need to substitute it out for the most part. And nutritional yeast is one way to do it. This is an inactive nutritional yeast, and that's where you're going to get your B12, your B6, your thiamine. But B12 is the one that's most concerning for my vegans. So we have a few products. We have the toppers that have the nutritional yeast for the B12, but it's also in here as well. 1 patty, so if you get 4 patties out of this, they're quite large. You get 9 grams of protein. Of course, because I'm adding the salmon today, you're going to get way more than that. So it's going to be quite dense. I suspect, it says it still makes 4 patties, but I would say this is probably going to be enough for 5 good-sized patties. And if you got grown boys, they can get 2. So I just mixed it up. Looks like that. And now I'm going to mash in my can of salmon. And I just put the whole thing in, skin and all. That's where you're going to get some of the omega-3. And then, of course, you don't want to be picking out those bones because they're going to mash up. They're very, very soft. And you're going to get that added calcium. So again, if you're not drinking a lot of dairy or you're trying to avoid dairy, this is a great way to boost your calcium as well. So yeah, you just mix it up. It's let it sit for 5 minutes. I feel like I just need a little bit more lemon here. And it's gonna be a wonderful salmon burger with the benefits of the quinoa for the protein and the fiber and the omega-3. So I'm gonna put that aside. What I will do eventually here is I have a pan, and I'm just gonna fry these up. I'm gonna make patties out of them, and I'm gonna fry them up probably about 5 minutes aside. I don't even think it says, but it doesn't say, but anyways. So I'll put that aside for now. I've got a little bit of extra quinoa I'll find something to do with. Now for my coleslaw, because personally I think coleslaw goes well with everything and anything, but it goes especially well with fish, in my opinion, and fish tacos and all of that. So I'm gonna use the coleslaw dressing. It calls for white vinegar on, if you follow the recipe on here, it calls for white vinegar, but I just really like apple cider vinegar. I just feel like it gives it a bit more of a flavor profile. So you're gonna use 2 tablespoons. Again, I got my 3-in-1 spice spoon. It's got the tablespoon, it's got the 1 teaspoon and the 1/2 teaspoon on the back side. So I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of the vinegar. I actually almost always measure vinegar, just so you know. because too much of that will actually ruin the recipe. I've learned the hard way. And then you're going to add about 2 tablespoons of the coleslaw mix. And yeah, I actually brought this to Hawaii when I went because we made a lot of fish tacos and we had coleslaw a lot, and I also made tartar sauce with it, and it was fabulous. So I had this one, and then I had a salmon rub that I brought to Hawaii when we went, and we used it almost every night. And I just mixed up the vegetables and slightly changed the dressing and stuff like that, and it was great. So then I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, and I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of yogurt. Now I'm actually going to use Greek yogurt today. Usually I don't use Greek yogurt, but the story here is I got this for 44 cents from Flash Food, and it expires tomorrow, so I have to use it. If you haven't seen Flash Food, it's an app through Superstore, and you can get food that's about to expire at an extremely good deal, like 44 cents for Greek yogurt. Now it is going to expire in a day or two, but if you're, you know, if you're kind of living day to day, or if you're off on holidays and you can just kind of do whatever, it's a great way to get some good deals. It's almost always dairy and meat, I find, and maybe some candy. But I've gotten quite a few good deals on cheese and yogurt. It lasts well. I got kefir this week. I got some soy milk for 94 cents for 2 liters. So yeah, it's called Flash Food, and it's just a really, really great app if you're looking for some cheap food. Just some cheap food, or just ways to offset your grocery bill. So you do prepay for it, and then you pick it up you go inside and you pick it up by the customer service desk. So yeah, there's my coleslaw dressing, and I'm just going to mix in the coleslaw, or sorry, the cabbage, yeah, the coleslaw mix. And I often add a little bit of salt as well to a lot of the products. I'm not going to do that with the coleslaw. I find it's fine with the mayonnaise. There's a bit of salt in the mayonnaise and stuff like that. So I'm just going to mix in some of the cabbage. And I'm just going to serve this on the side of the salmon burgers tonight. And I'm also going to make those potatoes. I'm going to cut those potatoes into wedges. And yeah, we won't serve it with a bun, because I find that if I give my kids a bun, they'll eat nothing but a bun. And please tell me that I'm not alone. And usually the buns are white or close to white, and so I just feel they get no nutrition whatsoever. At least if you give them potatoes, they're getting the potassium and the fiber from the skins, because I include the skins with potatoes. And I just feel they're getting a lot better nutrition from the potato than they are from bread, white bread. So yeah, I just mix the, I don't really, as I tell you, I don't measure, but I'm just going to add the cabbage until it kind of is the right texture. Some people like more salad dressing, some people like less. And I do like making my coleslaw up a couple hours before dinner. I just find that it softens the cabbage a little bit, and the flavor just has time to develop. I'm going to add just a little bit more, because actually my family eats a lot of coleslaw. But yeah, this is actually going to be a really nutritious dinner, and I'm pretty much done. I'm just going to cut those potatoes, throw them in the Acti-Fry, and then I leave them. That takes 37 minutes. The salad's done, and I'm just going to fry up those burgers. So still within probably about 20-25 minutes. I've been on the video for 13 minutes, and I would say I have probably another 5 minutes left of prep, and dinner would be served. I'm going to do it in a little bit closer to when my kids get home, but I just want it to be organized. So that is the veggie burger. I know it's backwards, it's because I flipped my phone around, but I've got the veggie burger that I mixed with the salmon and the coleslaw mix. If you haven't tried this is a real winner. One of my favorites. I think I'm on my 2nd jar already. And I think I also showed you my 3-in-1 spice spoon and my amazing lemon press. This is why I love the lemon press so much, because it literally just like flips. I didn't even use but it will flip it over in the end. And it just keeps all the seeds. It's just so awesome. And of course there's a lime press as well. So that is the video that I wanted to show you today. And if you do make the recipe on the package, it uses the zucchini and the quinoa instead of the salmon. So that's what I subbed out. And that recipe again was in the cookbook that's available online for the Good Food Real Fast, the results. It's the Epic Life Challenge, I think. And that's in the catalog if you want to take a look, or if you want to ask me questions, by all means. There's more in here than just recipes. There's, how to eat healthy and how to plan and how to grocery shop and, how to mix foods together and stuff like that. But I would say their recipes and their ideas really, really fantastic if you're trying to eat healthy and just really, really quickly. Like I said, the 15-minute meatloaf is quite awesome. And it uses some of their silicone bakeware as well. So, I mean, you don't have to use it if you don't have it, but it just kind of gives you ways to use some of the products that they have in the catalog. So anyways, if you want to see it, by all means, you can ask me or you can go online. So I'm going to sign off. I hope you guys all have a wonderful couple days if you have any more holidays left. And I will try and do another video here before I go back to work on Monday. So I'm really enjoying my time home with my kids and my family. And I've obviously had a bit more time to do some videos and I'm feeling better. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the last couple videos I've done for you. So have a great day. Merry Christmas again. If you're thinking about Christmas or if you're already thinking into the new year, I hope that you guys have a wonderful new year and are able to focus on some fabulous goals for 2020. Take care. Bye-bye.